All right, what is up, everybody? Joshua Smith here, and I'm here today to talk to you about the 2021 real estate market and how you, as a real estate agent, team leader, or brokerage owner, can create massive success in 2021, even during this challenging market that we're all experiencing. And it's not just about 2021, it's how to go out there and crush it and have big success regardless of the marketplace. What myself and other top producers are doing to crush it in 2021 and crush it in all markets. And the three most important, three most crucial things that you must adopt immediately so you can do the same. All right, so if we look at what we're experiencing here in 2021, man, it is insane. You know, we got record low inventory rates that we've never seen before. We got 25 plus buyers to every single house. We got tech companies now coming in and becoming real estate brokerages like Zillow. And look, a lot of realtors, team leaders, and broker owners are having a very difficult time navigating these changes, navigating these challenging times, meaning that they are falling short at accomplishing their real estate goals and they continue to struggle. And there is no reason or excuse for that. And today I'm going to break down how to go out there and turn things around and absolutely dominate in this market as well as any market that is to come. And guys, like, I get it, man. The last 18 months have been crazy. They have been insane. What we saw COVID. We got these shutdowns that took place. We got, followed by this crazy election that took place. We got prices currently going up on everything, not just real estate, but everything. You look at lumber, you look at all the commodities, man. So you got this inflation taking place. And then, of course, everybody's got their predictions, of where the market's heading, what's going on, what this is leading to. Jump on YouTube and, your feed is flooded with all these different videos about the bubble and the crash and so forth. And look, you guys, I am not here today to speculate on the real estate market. Are we in a bubble? Is the market going to crash? What that looks like? At the end of the day, I don't have a crystal ball. You don't have a crystal ball. None of us know for sure. Now, we know historically, market's correct. So it's not an if, it's a when the market will correct. But you don't know when, I don't know when, and at the end of the day, it's irrelevant, right? Like I don't want to say the market crashes are irrelevant. Of course, I don't like to see people being in tough situations and so forth. What I mean, though, is it has nothing to do with your success. So we are here today to talk about when the real estate market crashes or doesn't, if it continues, booming like it is, if it does correct and crashes, or whatever it does in between, whatever the shift is and the reason for the shift, how to go out there and crush it and have huge success regardless of what's taking place. All right, so with that being said, you guys, one thing that I've learned during my 16 plus year long career now, and on my journey becoming one of the top real estate agents and team leaders on the planet, is this thing right here. And it's so important for you to understand this, that none of this matters when it comes to your overall success. If we look at the real estate market itself, it has nothing to do with our own success. Just because the economy might be in a recession doesn't mean your business needs to be experiencing the same thing. Right? If the market's going down, doesn't mean your business needs to be going down, and so forth. Your success is never due to external circumstances. It's always due to internal. So you must never blame the market. There's always a way to go out there and crush it. Business is a zero-sum game. Somebody's always winning, somebody's always losing. And those that don't know how to pivot, shift, and adapt then don't know how to go out there and create success in markets like this or in market shifts to come. Right? And those are the markets that bitch, moan, and whine about the current market as to why they can't create success. Oh, inventory's so low, so hard to get listings. It's so hard to, to go out there and get buyer offers accepted. And they hide behind the market as to why they're not successful. And that's what losers do, right? Winners don't do that. And I'm not saying that, personally, you or somebody else is a winner or a loser. I'm speaking to, if you accomplish your goals, you're winning. If you don't hit your goals and you're struggling, you're losing, right? That's what I'm speaking about here. So we cannot hide behind the market. Look, you guys, I'm experiencing the same challenges everybody else is. 2020, dude, like we had to shift and adapt very quickly. March was a tough month, man. Things got shut down. Our worlds all got spun upside down. And I had to go through those same shifts changes. My team did that. We executed on those, right? We were very proactive. And 2020 ended up being a record year for my real estate career. For me and my team, we did 3.7 million in gross commissions in 2020. Now 2021, right, where we're seeing even more extreme inventory. We're seeing different challenges than we saw in 2021 or in 2020. But again, we are on pace to do have another record year. We're on pace to do over 5 million this year in gross commissions and have another record year. And I've been able to grow my real estate business each and every single year since 2005, even during the Great Recession, the greatest real estate market crash crash in recorded history between 2008 and 2012, right? And it's not because I'm somebody special. It's not because I'm, know something others don't know. It's not because I have some innate talent. I'm just a regular dude, but I know these three things I'm going to walk you guys through today, where then you'll be able to go out there and do the same and crush it, not just survive, but thrive in any single market, regardless if it's a boom, bust, crash, anything in between, regardless who the president is, regardless of what interest rates are. There are always ways to go out there and crush it and succeed. So I'm sharing none of this, you guys, to brag. I hope that you know this, but instead to articulate a point that, again, the market doesn't determine your success. You and only you determine your success. So then now let's break down how to go out there and dominate and crush it regardless of what's going on with the marketplace. All right, so there's three things that you must understand, adopt, and implement immediately. And the top 1% of the top 1% of this industry, the top producers out there, understand this and implement this. And this doesn't matter if you're a real estate agent, team leader, broker owner, all three of these apply. All right, so number one, you got to adopt the right personal philosophy. So it starts up here, man. It starts with your mindset. So it's having that right personal philosophy that the real estate market, the current real estate market, has nothing to do with your overall success. So you got to deal in realities, then understand that you can't change the market. You don't have the power to change the market. I don't have the power to change the market. Otherwise, we wouldn't be watching this video. We'd own our own damn island somewhere, right? Instead, you got to operate from the place of this. Here are the cards that I've been dealt. How do I best play these cards to ensure that my goals become a reality? Think of the current market as the cards that you've been dealt. So if you're playing if you're a professional poker player, you get dealt these cards. Like you can't be like, oh, can I get some new cards? Like you got to play those cards, right? So if that's our real estate market, okay, here's the cards that have been dealt. Let's deal in reality. Here it is what it is. How do I best position myself to go out there and be successful regardless of these things that I can't control? Just like great poker players, they understand that we cannot change the cards that were dealt, just how we play that hand. You got to do the same thing. All right, so number two, got to understand that there's no such thing as a good market or a bad market. The media will talk about the market that we're in being a great market, right? Seller's market, it's appreciating. Oh, the market's great, market's on fire. Who's that great for? It's great for a seller, not for a move-up buyer that has a home to sell that's contingent on, the sale of their home, or the home that they're buying is contingent on their home selling. It's not good for them, right? It's not good for buyers, not good for a lot of investors right now. It's good for those that need to sell their home that isn't the sell of that home isn't contingent on anything else. So it's good for, essentially one person right now. Everybody else it kind of sucks for, right? So the market's always good for somebody. So it's our job to identify whom it's good for. So understand again that the market's always good for somebody, and that your job at the highest level as a real estate professional is then to identify whom the current market is good for, and then pivot, shift, and adapt your effort, your focus, your marketing, your prospecting, and so forth to whom it is good for. Now, it might be good for that person, right? Like right now, again, it's good for a seller that home sell isn't contingent on anything else, right? It may not be good for buyers and so forth. But when I say who it's good for, it doesn't mean that it's always good for them. It might mean that that's where the next opportunity is. An example of this is when the market crashed in 2008, I had to quickly pivot and identify, okay, whom the market is good for, and or where is that next best opportunity. So that was short sales, that was REOs, right? So when I'm helping short sell clients, that situation wasn't ideal for them. Maybe a short sale was better than a foreclosure for them, but it wasn't ideal. But that's where that opportunity was at, right? So it's identifying whom is the market good for, or what is that next great opportunity in this market. And we got to be able to identify those, and again, shift and adapt our marketing, prospecting efforts to whom it's good for. When real estate agents don't shift whom it's good for, they then keep going after, whatever that same client that doing the same things in the same way they've always done it, create a lot of unnecessary resistance. The end of the day, man, real estate is always traded hands, always has, always will. So we got to identify who's playing the game, who's playing the game at the highest level. How do we pivot so we can play the game with them? Right? But if we don't adopt number one, so if we don't understand that we are in full control of our success, if I'm sitting there playing a victim and blaming, oh, my business, I'm not hitting my goals, my business is struggling because of the market, that then doesn't give me permission to do the work for number two, right? Because now it's outside circumstances, and this is what victims do. Victims give up their own control, they give up their power, and they blame outside forces, which means then they can't control it. So then they don't look for the opportunities, right? When we adopt number one and understand that we are 100% control control of our success, it then forces us and allows us to take that control back and start looking for those opportunities, which is number two. It allows us to identify who those opportunities are, right? So in 2005, when I first got licensed, the market was very similar to what we're experiencing now. Crazy appreciation, just multiple offers. I mean, it was, different, but a lot of similarities. Well, then the market falls off a cliff 2008. Traditional buyers, it wasn't so good for. They were doing less and less business. I had to see, okay, where's that next opportunity? Who's the market good for now? Identified short sales, identified REOs, right? That then ended up being a great portion of my business. Wasn't that traditional business wasn't happening. It wasn't that I abandoned that altogether. Still doing it. It was just less and less. So I was doing more and more short sales, less and less traditional business. Well, then in 2012-ish, late 2011, early 2012, market bottoms out. There's less and less short sales, less and less REO. So I had to do this again. Whom is the market good for? Well, the traditional buyers and sellers weren't really moving back into the market yet. So then I identified and started to see all these hedge funds starting to come in, these big institutional investors starting to come in, buy up a lot of property. So, okay, that's who the market was good for next, right? So I pivoted, put my marketing, prospecting, energy, and so forth, and focus on getting hedge fund clients, nailed a bunch of big hedge fund clients. Now I'm doing 40, 50, 60 deals a month with these hedge fund clients. Well, then when the market started to appreciate and correct, they started doing less and less business. They started to pull out, had to go through that process again. Well, by that time, traditional buyers and sellers, because the market was correcting, were now entering the market at huge rates. Well, then that became whom the market was good for next. Right? So we got to be looking at this and identifying, again, whom the market is good for. So, it's like a boxing match, man. We're always kind of rolling with the punches. All right, so number three, understanding and implementing the success framework. So now that we understand 1 and 2, that then allows us, okay, well, what's the formula now to execute on all of these things? So it begins with understanding and implementing the success framework. So let's break this down. All right, so it begins with getting clarity on what it is that you want, why it's important to you. That then becomes the goal. So what you want, why it's important to you, get crystal clarity on that, that becomes the goal. Then from there, you move into making that mental decision that you are going to fully commit to making that goal a reality no matter what. Then from there, you identify the best proven plan to get you from where you're at right now, because you're going to deal in realities. Here's where my business is at. Here's what I want to go. What is the best proven plan to get me from plan A to where I want to be? And when I say proven plan, you guys, I'm talking about R&D, man, rip off and duplicate, go out there and model. With what we do, whatever your goals are, there is somebody that's went out there and created your goals. It's not like we're Elon Musk trying to revolutionize interstellar space travel and do something that nobody's ever done before. Somebody else has done what you are wanting to do. Somebody else has went from where you're at to where you want to go. Right? Go find that person. Go reverse engineer. Go study what they've done. It might have taken them 3, 5, 10, 20 years to figure that out. You can go figure it out in 3 months. 3 weeks, right? So we want to identify the best proven plan. Then we execute, so meaning taking action. We execute and we don't stop taking action until what we have clarity on, the goal, becomes a reality. Then that equates into, boom, us creating massive success. Again, that means our goal becomes now a reality. Then from there, by applying this success framework, you can easily 3x or more your real estate business in the next 12 months or less, and do this without having to work more hours, without having to spend more money, and without having to build your business in a way that you hate, that you don't enjoy. Right? And this allows you to do this. Well, I'll break this down here in a second. But first, I want you guys to understand that this is not some magic pill. There is no secret. I've yet my 16 plus years career, my journey, been able to find a magic pill. Find a secret. They don't exist. They're not out there. Unfortunately, apologize to let you know or be the bearer of bad news, but 6-minute abs just don't exist. However, if there were to be a magic pill, it would be this. It's the right, consistent actions taken each and every single day that compound over time. So if there were to be a magic pill, this would be it. Right, consistent actions taken each and every day that compound over time that lead to success. I didn't just say actions. I said the right, consistent actions, right? This is why we got to then develop what that best proven plan is to get us from where we are to where we're going, right? Well, if you don't have clarity on what it is that you want, why it's important to you, like you don't know how to identify the right plan. If you're not clear on what the goal is and what you're looking to build, real estate is just a vehicle. Our business, real estate business, is just a vehicle that allows us to go out there and build and create the lives that we want to go out there and create, right? So if we don't know what that is, then how do we know what we're building? How do we know what the best plan is? So all of this comes together and becomes so important. So again, the magic pill equates to being consistent, right actions. So then when we know what those right consistent actions are to take each and every day that make the biggest impact. So if I know the right things to focus on and implement on each and every day, each and every week, each and every month, and so forth, then that can easily allow us to grow and scale our business on massive levels, 3x or way more our business, and be able to do it in a very quick manner without having to work more hours, without having to spend more money, and again, without having to do things that we hate doing. There's thousands of ways to create success. So when you know why you want, what you want, why it's important to you, when you identify your strengths and so forth, then you can identify that best strategy to build your business in a way that you want to build your business. All right, so then from there, understand that there are 6 fundamental steps to successfully and effectively implementing this success framework into your real estate business. And to ensure and make sure that you fully understand and can effectively implement these 6 fundamental steps, I've decided to put on an in-depth 3-hour webinar training, all 100% free. And I'm doing this over the next couple of days. If you want to jump into it, I'm going to recap, these 3 steps here in a minute, just in case you didn't write these down. So just stay with me. But I want to let you guys know of this training for those of you that want to jump into this training. So I'm doing an in-depth 3-hour online webinar training. Again, 100% free, going through exactly what these are, what they are. We're going to break down to extreme deep dive. That's why it's 3 hours, because I'm not here to just deliver some shallow training. I want to make sure that you fully understand them and you can take action and implement exactly what you learn, so then you can quickly go out there and massively grow and scale your real estate business, in 12 months or less with what you learn here on this training. All right, so this training that I'm putting on, I'm going to be breaking down the 6 steps to 3xing or more your real estate business within the next 12 months, and how to do this without having to work more hours, without having to spend more money, without having to do a bunch of crap that you hate doing. Again, no reason for that. And when you know these 6 steps that are the right consistent actions to take, then you quickly can grow, scale your business on a massive front without having to work more hours and spend more money. So again, this isn't some magic pill. And on this training, you guys are going to learn how to develop a successful mindset, how to remove overwhelm out of your world, how to get clear on what it is that you want, why it's important to you, how to identify the best model for you to grow your real estate business, how to effectively implement effective lead generation strategy so you crush it with lead generation for the rest of your career. And this applies to all niches and all markets. When and how to hire the right people inside your organization, how to become a sales master, and the one most important thing that it takes and that you must know to become just a master at sales that will help increase conversion rates all throughout your business. And we're going to spend a lot of time on that because that's so important. How to implement the right systems and processes inside your business, how to be disciplined, how to be self-accountable, how to solve the time management problem that so many struggle with, and how to create success in the fastest way possible. More. And everything being discussed on this training, you guys, 100% applies to individual agents, team leaders, and broker owners. It doesn't matter if you're brand new, if you're part-time, full-time, an agent on a team, if you're an agent leading a team, you've got a brokerage. Doesn't matter if you've been in this business 30 seconds or 30 years. Everything in this training 100% applies. So these 6 steps I'm going to be breaking down this training are the most important lessons learned by far in my 16+ year-long real estate career that allowed me to become one of the top realtors and team leaders on the planet, and also have led me to selling 6,000 plus homes, and currently here in 2021 to sell 2+ homes on a daily basis. So 2+ homes daily. Voted 30th top realtor in America by the Wall Street Journal. Named in the top 100 most influential people in all of real estate. Top 1% of realtors and team leaders worldwide. To sell over $2 billion and make over $30 million in commissions. And again, to grow my business continually year over year since 2005 and make every year better than the year before, regardless of what's going on in the market. We're going to spend a lot of time in this training, man, again, on how to pivot, how to shift, how to adapt, and how to crush it regardless of the marketplace. Spend a lot of time on how to differentiate yourself from your competitors, so your ideal client, whether that be a buyer, seller, whether that be an agent, is choosing you, over your competitors, how to get clarity on who your ideal client is, all of that stuff. Now, I want you to understand that this is not your typical normal online webinar. I get it. We've all been on a bunch of those. Ends up being a colossal waste of time, shallow information. That's not what's taking place here. My goal, so you guys know what my objective is. My goal is to make this training the best, most impactful, and most valuable training of your whole entire career. And I don't care if we're talking paid or free, right? My goal with this is that someday you look back and you're like, oh man, that was the moment. That was the moment where things changed, that my success trajectory just took off. That was that game-changing moment. And I'm here to deliver, and you have my 100% word. I will deliver. That's one of the reasons why it's 3 hours and not your typical 60-minute webinar, because I can only in 60 minutes, I can't go deep enough on this stuff to show you guys. I can teach you like what it is, but I can't show you step-by-step how to implement. We're going to break down, I'm going through, all the different lead generation strategies that I'm doing today and how to build out and how I created those strategies so that way you can create your own strategies. I'm going through, all my internal systems and processes and the most important things, what and how to track, what my hiring protocols are. I'm breaking down and going through live all the most important parts of my business that's allowed me to go out there and be one of the top team leaders on the planet. So then that way you can fully understand it, know it, and then go out there and take action, implement this in your own business to create success. So this will be a training like you have never experienced in your entire career. And look, you got nothing. I know, I get it. You might be skeptical. You got nothing to lose. You got everything to gain, nothing to lose. So why not jump on and take that risk? I want you guys to understand that there are no replays. So this is a limited time training. It's just taking place over the next few days, limited time training, but there are no replays. So you got to make sure to register, make sure to show up, be present, and so forth. All right, so how to register for this training, and then I'll go show you guys how to sign up if you want to sign up, and then we'll recap these things that we went through today to make sure that you understand them, are able to implement them. All right, so how to register for this training. So if you're watching this on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, somewhere above, below, you'll see some text. There'll be a click here, a link, with that. A click there, it'll take you to the registration page, or you can just go to 6steps23x.com. So 6steps23x.com, or maybe you're watching this on the registration page, or once you get to the registration page, you're going to see this button, register my spot. Now, going to click on that. That is then going to pop up this registration box. You enter in your first name, last name, your email, pick the best time and date over the next couple days that works best for you. I've got several different options for you. You can hit the text reminders if you want to. You don't need to do that. It's not required. And look, you guys, I'm not here to, I don't sell your information. I'm not here to spam you. This is just to register for the training. You got to reserve your seat. And again, that's at 6steps23x.com. Then once you do that, hit that submit button, then boom, you are 100% registered. Again, make sure to show up. 90% of success in business and life is showing up, man. So you got to show up. Have your pen and paper ready to take notes. Be ready to have your business and life change forever. Remember, no replay. So again, make sure to show up, make sure to be present. You won't want to miss anything covered. And in case you missed that URL, there it is, 6steps23x.com. All right, so let's recap the 3 things that we broke down here. So whether you're jumping on that training or not, let's recap these just so you're aware of them. And these are those 3 things that you must adopt. There is no workaround on this, right, if you want to go out there and crush it and continue to crush it regardless of the marketplace. All right, so number 1, it's adopting the right personal philosophy. Remember, we can't control the market. I don't control it. You don't control it. Success is internal. It's not external. It's understanding and treating the market like, the cards that you've been dealt, that's the market. Right? So here are the cards that have been dealt. How do I best play this damn hand to ensure that my goals become a reality? So how do I go out there and play this hand, right? That allows you to not be a victim, allows you to go out there and see and search for those opportunities and develop strategies to go out there and crush it and not hide behind the excuse of the market. All right, so number 2 is understand there's no such thing as a good market. There's no such thing as a bad market. It's always good for somebody. So then at the highest level as a real estate professional, it's your job to identify whom the market is good for. And then we're going to pivot and position our marketing, prospecting, focus, and energy to whom it's good for, and or what that next great opportunity is, where the business is to be had in that current market or that market that is starting to come up, right, based on the indicators taking place. All right, so number 3, understanding and implementing the success framework, which starts with, get clarity on what you want, why it's important to you. That becomes the goal. Then you make that decision to fully commit to making that goal a reality. Then you identify the best proven plan. Here's where I'm at. Here's where I want to go. Based on the goals that I have, what is the best proven plan to get me from point A to point Z? And then you execute, and you do not stop executing until that goal becomes a reality. All right, so on this free online webinar training I'm going to be hosting you guys over the next couple days, I'm showing you exactly how to implement each one of these. So in these 6 steps to 3xing or more your real estate business, we're breaking down to 6 different steps that then allow you to break all of these down and develop the right strategies. And I'm going to be essentially walking you through. We're going to be doing this, and that's why you got to have your pen and paper, man, because I'm going to be walking you guys through how to identify your ideal client, how to identify that ideal client client for the different markets, how to develop your unique selling propositions, how to position and create effective lead generation strategies to target whoever the market is good for, right? So we're going to be going through these and all these steps, and I'm going to be walking through the processes. I'm not just telling you guys what to do, like live on this training. We're going through how to do it. So by the end of this training, you know exactly what to do, how to do it, and you are able to start immediately taking action and implementing everything that you learned in this training, so you can go out there and easily 3x or more your real estate business within the next 12 months. Go out there and have a record year in 2021, 2022, and so forth. Make each year a new record year for you, regardless of the marketplace. And if you haven't already and you want to jump into that, again, 6steps3x.com. All right, guys, I hope to see you on the training. I hope that you found this information content helpful today. Just please understand that you are in control. You have the power to go out there and create the success that you want to create. You deserve your goals to become a reality, right? There's nothing holding you back other than you. Remove your limiting beliefs. You are fully capable. There's no reason you can't go out there and crush it. Other people are, so why not you? You just got to make that decision to fully commit, identify that right plan, clarity in what you want, make that decision, fully commit, identify the right plan, and then execute, never stop executing to make that goal reality. Yes, it's going to take hard work. It's going to take focus. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take grit. All of those things are necessary to create success, but it's worth it. There is a cost associated with being broke. There is a cost associated with being a millionaire, right? There's a cost and a pain with both. But I can tell you guys, I used to, before I got into real estate, never made more than $10 an hour, college dropout. I can tell you that the pain of being broke and the cost of being broke is way far greater than the cost of going out there and becoming a multimillionaire. Yeah, right. I can tell you that with 100% full certainty, through my own personal experience. So they both have a cost associated to it. They both take focus, right? They both take sacrifice. They both take, those things. You might as well just go out there and make your goals a reality, right? Because then you can be fulfilled while you're living this life, and go out there and live the life that you want and deserve, and give your family the life that you want to be able to provide for them. It's all up to you. It's not the market. It's not outside circumstances. It is all internal. All right, so I hope to see you on the training. Again, 6steps3x.com. If you want to join that limited time training just over the next few days, make sure to register, make sure to show up, no replays, and I hope to see you there. Hope you enjoyed this video here. Keep crushing it, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you next time. Peace.